Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game that we're making. When we last left off, we created a metal slime that is completely impossible to defeat. So if we can't beat it in battle, well, it actually will be possible to beat, but not in battle. By the way, because I'm sure some folks are wondering, yes, there is an option to have the slime run away, so we could have just done that instead of forced the battle to end automatically after a turn. But this slime is invulnerable. It has no reason to run away. So therefore, it makes sense to force the battle to end automatically. Now then, let's go ahead and get right back to this. So as soon as the player gets in here, we need a button here, basically. So let's go ahead and have a button. Let's see here. What color would go best by that door? We'll keep it that color. So when the player steps on it, it's going to be pressed down. We need a sound effect of some sort for it. Maybe... Didn't I come up with an idea for a button sound before the stream? I have a list of sound effects that I wanted to use for this stream, but apparently I did not choose a sound effect for this particular situation. Shame on me. I guess this is what we'll go with then. Alright, let's go ahead and... we'll wait a moment. Alright, I'm gonna need the camera to move. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Alright. 5 to the right and 3 down. And here's what we're going to do. So if the camera's right here, then I need an event right here. And I need this event to... first off, not be triggered by the player. I need the event to be a barrel. Where are my barrels? That is a good question. There it is! And this sound effect, I know what I want. I need the falling sound effect, which is 36. And I needed to go here, and it's going to land on the slime. Now what is the sound effect for this? There it is. And we need to continue having the barrel fall. So from here, go back to the barrel. Make sure that this is the correct graphic. Wonder if a different color would be better. Nah, wooden. And we'll have this move down one more real quick. And we'll wait a couple of seconds. And here's where that graphic I created earlier comes into play. It's going to be peeking out of the top of the barrel. I definitely had to plan that out ahead of time because it took a little bit of trial and error to figure out how to get the slime lined up with the top of the barrel. So let's see here. And we're going to have a sound effect whenever it pops out. That sound effect is 65. And let's see. Okay, do not start. We're going to take over to that. We need to be able to release the slime, so what I'm going to do here is take over to that, have this move down one space. That way it'll be sitting right here and the slime will be able to come out of its hole, but with this sitting here now, it won't be able to go this way. We don't really want the slime to be going in this direction and making it really hard to get back into the maze. And also we're going to have a door here. Once again, do not start when the player steps over it. So if the camera is right here, we want to show the gate shutting so that the player can't leave. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, maybe 3. Yeah, we'll say 3. That way the slime is still on camera. So we'll take over to that. And this will move the screen down a few. And there we go. Just need a sound effect for this. We'll go with that, because this is another sound effect I forgot to figure out what I wanted. Alright, and we'll wait a second. We'll have the screen return to its original location, up to where the player is. And we need to have a switch turned on to signify that the puzzle has started. So let's see here. This will be switch number 14 for real. Slime puzzle started. So on this page, actually, no, we don't need to create another page there. I can just take a shortcut here and do unable to execute. That way it won't revert to its original open state. I don't need to do anything here. I definitely need to make sure that the button remains pressed. So this is page there for 14. And now we're ready to interact with the barrel, because this is going to be actually the thing that is going to be kind of running away from us. Because the slime is in there and it's trying to kind of get out of there, kind of get away, sort of, because like, okay, I need to get out of here, that sort of thing. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and take the original slime and have that like so. And unless I'm mistaken, that is everything needed to start the slime puzzle. A complicated series of events, but it should be working now. So let's go ahead and head over here and see how this looks. It looks like trouble. Yep, I forgot to throw in a takeover somewhere. Well, while I'm thinking about it, the wait here is a little too long. Let's have that at half a second. And we need to take over to the barrel, I'm pretty sure. Alright, try this again. You know, I had a feeling there was another takeover that I forgot, and it's like, nah, surely not. I can go ahead and start the test play. No, I should have checked. Okay, let me go through this properly to make sure that everything is hunky-dory. So, this goes to here, which goes to this, which takes over to the rest of this, which takes over to this. Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and knock this down a second. Which goes to this, which goes to this. Okay, now everything is set up the way it should be. Or it dang well better be. You know what? Let's take a shortcut. Well, in any case, got this going how I wanted. So from here, I would have the player... You were not supposed to move that way, by the way, slime. But hey, whatever. Don't matter. The slime is apparently, well, rather I should say, objects that run away from you apparently are not running as straight as I was hoping. That is kind of unfortunate. I was figuring on them being, hey, go away, therefore go away, not zigzag. I was not counting on zigzag. So, you know, I might have to do a couple of other things here in order to make this not go in directions that would be kind of problematic. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is... see how this looks if it actually gets to the slime, because having the slime disappear and then move on top of the slime did not look as good as I thought it would. So maybe there. And then we'll just remove this for a moment. See how that looks. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do here, just so that it doesn't run places that you don't want it to, because that was kind of annoying, we're gonna move copies of this. Like so. And then when this moves down, since these are duplicates, those will also move down a space. I do have it moved down a space, right? Yes. So, telling this one to move down one space moves it and its duplicates down one space. If on the other hand, if I were to, say, have this move to a point, say right here, that means all the duplicates would also move to this exact spot, which we don't want. Now, before moving on, I think I will go ahead and give us our hole here, because we need a hole to represent our eventual goal. Now, where is the hole? Oh, there it is. There is a noun. There. But no way back out. Let's go ahead and center this real quick. By the way, if you so wanted, you could have this like be a teleport sort of thing, or a little thing full of water, or yellow. I suppose I should just go ahead and get this properly working. Let's go ahead and, well, let me go ahead and first see how this looks with it landing all the way on the slime instead of above the slime before the slime disappears. That actually does look a little bit better. So that is what we will do. Let's go ahead and fix this up then so it does exactly that. So, where is this? Okay, take this moment where it just sits there. Sound effect. We're going to have it change its graphic. So we don't need this page anymore. And we don't need this page anymore. So let's see if I got this set up correctly. Take over to 7 page 1. It starts falling all the way to the slime for page 2. Hits the slime, waits, slime pops out. 5 page 1, 8 page 1. Okay. So, the next thing I need to do You have the undescribable. I'm just going to go ahead and do a spell check on that. Undescribable. Uh-huh. Thank you, Google. Indescribable. Describable. Yes, okay. And that was not done with that message, actually, so let's get back in there. Desire bust this but may be not here. Alright, and we need to do something kind of special here. So the situation is, as a reminder, we need to get the slime to the hole so that it falls down the hole and lands on the button that is down there. The thing about that is, in RPG Maker 1, you cannot have an event automatically trigger whenever it reaches a specific location. We need to kind of have the player trigger it, but we also need a way for the barrel to know that, hey, if you're standing here and the player triggers you, you do something different than if you're anywhere else. So what I need to do, we're going to have an event here that is activated from the right should the player walk on it, and it is going to turn on a switch. And this will be switch 15, barrel in position. So, in theory, once the player comes in here and steps on here, that'll trigger a check to see whether the barrel is in position. And then this page will activate, which we will use in order to allow the slime fall down the hole. But if the barrel is not in position, we need to make sure that the condition is unchecked if the player tries to get out of there. So for here, assuming that the player is walking onto it from the left, switch off that check. Now the reason why I'm having it only trigger from a different direction is because that way, if the player is walking along here, they won't always stall whenever they step on this, because this will stall the player's movement if it triggers, well, anytime. So this way it only triggers whenever it's relevant. That is, when you're walking from it over here. And so that basically means break the barrel, and we'll throw in a yes or no. Odds are the player is just going to say yes, but you never know. Maybe they don't feel like busting their knuckles on a barrel. So if it's yes, we'll go ahead and have a sound effect. This one I do know what one I want to use. We'll have the screen shake. And this is going to change this graphic to the metal slime. And the metal slime is going to be all gasp. And let's see here. We're going to have a little new command here that we haven't used yet, and we're going to have it turn right. What this basically will do is have the slime turn in a circle. And once again, let's go ahead and have ourselves a falling sound. And we'll kind of have it fade into the hole, just for added effect. Now, I don't have much more time before the episode break, so let me do one more thing in Buttertown before we end this episode and go into our next episode break, because there was one other thing I remembered to do, and that is after getting the thing for Daristrix, we're going to not have Daristrix in the lead, because after all, you don't control Daristrix. Would not make sense to have him in the lead. Mind you, if the player wants to have him in the lead, that's up to them, but for this particular scenario, we'll be all, no, you're not controlling Daristrix, therefore he's not in the lead. Which option was it? Move to front? Yeah, get Monkey Seed back in front. And with that, we will go ahead and head into our next episode break. We will be right back. And when we come back, we will go ahead and make sure that this slime puzzle is working, get the whole sequence down with the slime falling into the hole and that sort of thing, and we'll be able to kind of move on.